Hey guys, how we doing? It's Jan. Welcome to this Monday morning update on the latest episode of SketchaLona. Unfortunately, due to a little mishap with iMovie, which completely glitched up on me, I lost about an hour and a half to 2 hours worth of editing on episode 34, and therefore I am uploading this on Monday, and I'm also attempting to rebuild what I had before after the frustration and the sheer anger of losing all that work had kind of subsided with a couple of beers. Beers are good. Also tapas. Tapas aren't too bad either. Unless they're these kinds of tapas. Some of them were good. The snails in the glass. Not so sure about snails in the glasses.
Yeah. And then
So your first snail, how was it?
good. This is the third one. Yummy. I'm glad I'm wearing makeup.
There you go. It's my weekly vlog from Barcelona, which I show you the going-ons in my sketchbook, talk about my little side projects as an artist, trying to improve myself constantly and work on ultimately finishing a comic book. In the meantime, I've been totally sidetracked, so let me show you what's been happening this week. So this week, like the week before, I've actually spent way more time on my side projects than actually working on my comic, I have to admit. But this was a conscious choice because one of my side projects, my little fan edit, has just been taking up so much, how should I put it? Like, I so just want to get it out of the way, if that makes sense, that I constantly catch myself working on it here and there. And working on a film edit, never mind these little videos I make for YouTube, can be incredibly time consuming. So I decided on Monday, like, okay, this week, like for the next couple of days, I am going to attempt to make a first full run of the entire fan edit, so I can watch it from start to finish, everything that I have, that I'm able to have, without worrying about scenes that don't actually exist in the film. So, in case you're new to this channel and you don't know what I'm talking about, I am attempting to make a little fan edit of the two Matrix sequels, Reloaded and Revolution. Now, unlike some other fan edits that I've seen where they basically try to erase any scenes related to Zion, the attack on Zion, the party in Zion, I'm actually attempting, as you could just see with the little squares, I'm actually attempting to rearrange a lot of the scenes and kind of emphasize different aspects of the plot while maintaining the same story. The parts that I'm actually missing that I couldn't do are a proper beginning, proper introduction of the Matrix itself, and the final fight between Agent Smith and Neo in the rain. That still has to be edited. But after like 4 days of doing this straight, I kind of had enough. I figured I can wait till another day. Oh, and there's been a couple of scenes where I realized I could really do with a little bit of extra dialogue to smooth things over. But now that I've actually have about 80% of the entire plot lined up, all the scenes in the correct order, as I would like to see them, my little remix, if you will. It's been really fun. I've watched it about 3 times now, on and off, and it's really been fun seeing. It's really been a fun exercise in storytelling. It's really been fun playing in someone else's universe. It's really been fun seeing and asking myself a lot of questions, like what is it I really like about these films? What is it I don't like? Who are the main characters, and who are all these other people that are in the film? Like, should they even be there? And if they are going to be there, should I emphasize them differently in some ways? It's been fun asking all these questions, and it's also been fun like rearranging scenes and having to actually go in and cut up dialogue, because there's a lot of dialogue where they clearly reference like where they are in the timeline, if you will, of the originals. And so there are scenes of the third movie I front load to the beginning, and so I have to make sure that they don't mention that they're at the end of the story, so that it looks and works in my version that they're at the beginning of the story. So I'm not doing flashbacks. I'm literally rearranging scenes. And for the most part, it seems to work. Like, I think I'm gonna be able to get away with it, save for the odd scene here and there where I feel like I'm missing some connective tissue. Like I jump from one scene to the next and it's jarring. Like there should be a watch this person go from this place to that place kind of scene. And again, that's been fun, like seeing like how you can get away showing that in as little work as possible. Because I only have the scenes available to me that are in the film. Now I intend to add scenes that are not in the film to the film in order to make certain things flow a little better. And I'm also thinking of adding a little bit of dialogue here and there. Now, how I'm going to do that, I don't know. But now that most of the really hard work is done and it is possible to watch my remixed version, I'm going to put it on the back burner again. Because as I was just talking about earlier, like juggling two projects is, for myself, a very good thing. Because it really keeps me energized for the other one, even though at the same time I'm frustrated when I'm away from one to the other because I just want to focus on one thing. It is a good thing to have two things cooking on the same stove. It is tricky, however, always maintaining that balance so one doesn't overtake the other, even when you make the decision to move from one to the other. Sometimes, like this week, I found that it was very hard letting go. Like I was so obsessing over getting these scenes to work and tweaking dialogue by cutting out words. And this is all very time consuming stuff that by like Thursday, when it was time to move back onto the art, it took at least like another day and a half before I was just like, okay, enough, and could just not touch it, especially once I had passed the having to render it twice so that I could actually get a functioning file out of my Mac, which was another 6 hours, but that's a different story. A different problem that, I guess I have problems with iMovie both on the Mac as well as on my iPhone. Not really, programs can glitch up. But yeah, they both glitched up on me this week. So yes, back to the drawing. My friend who's staying with me has found a job, but only having 2 keys between us. I had to stay up late a couple of times and I just couldn't sleep, and like there've been a couple of sleepless nights leading to a very, very grumpy yawn at the office, at the help desk where I make my money to pay the bills. And so yeah, it's been a bit of a mixed week where sleepless nights, spending way too much time editing only and not drawing anything until the weekend came along. It just kind of burnt me out, I guess. And it's kind of as summer is kicking into full gear here, and all of a sudden the temperature leaves me sweating even while I'm trying to sleep. It's kind of made me realize, the fine balance between projects. I kind of lost it this week, where the side project completely took over, and as fun as it was for the weekend, I completely did a 180, and I did nothing but draw portraits and work on the commission I got. So this commission I got, let me just show you what I've been up to here. So these are the little girl. I actually started with that one, then made that one. Thought I'd do something a little quicker. It was getting late at night as well, so made it quick. And then following up on some advice from Adam Lohr, I stopped doing what I've been like. I'm really making this attempt to kind of get away with lots of lines in the face. And so if you see here, I really like these lines. But it's true, they age young people very fast, especially the ladies. And so the advice is always to stay away from it as much as possible, which I did here. I think I could do it if since it's a pencil drawing, light shading, that could work. But since ultimately my goal is to improve my comic book art, I'm always, even when I'm drawing in pencil, I kind of, draw in a manner that would fit in my comic book. With this kind of cross-hatching, very thick. If that makes sense. So yeah, that's the 3 of them in a row. Let me just grab the other ones as well while I'm at it. In case you missed last week's episode, who knows? One of my best friends who had a birthday, her cousin in Bogota, and this one, I know, I still have to send it out. Tomorrow's a day off, so I can do that tomorrow. So, another 3 lined up. Again, with these, no warm up, just went straight in. This one took a little bit of erasing. This one, I think there was the mouth I erased and then did again. Again, even though it's pencil, the art style is going to work for comic books. I feel this one, the overall shapes come out really well. This would probably be all just black. But then over here, it's a little too light. So I feel like it could do with some more defining lines for the overall shape rather than all these little pieces. I mean, it's fine, but I feel it would be better served with clearer outlines. Like this one has a very clear, or much clearer, in my eye. Maybe you're looking at it and it's like, what are you talking about? But I think it looks better that way. Cool. Okay, let's move all these aside and start on finalizing one of these for the commission. Found myself a little comic book store.